Hello, children. A very good morning to all. Hope you all are doing good. Nowadays, you are staying at home. Please read carefully. Whatever the videos are provided to you, please learn from there. Okay, children? So, from lesson 1, we have completed half of our question answers. Rest of part we will discuss today. Before going to our question answer part, I want to explain your demonstration 1 which is given in your page number 6. That is to demonstrate the process of melting and boiling. Children, it is very easy activity. You might have known this one and this is happening in your daily life. So, how will you do this activity that we will discuss now? You need some equipments like your beaker, ice cubes, Bunsen burner which provides heat, and one thermometer which measures temperature. First point, take some ice cubes in a beaker. All of you know that ice cubes are solid state of our water. Then place a thermometer in the ice cubes and hold it upright as shown in the figure. Because thermometer measures the temperature of the object. For that reason, here we are using to measure the temperature of ice cubes. Place the beaker on stand and heat it using a Bunsen burner. Bunsen burner will provide heat to it. Very obvious thing, you know that when you will provide heat to ice, it will convert it into water. This is our melting process. Melting process is a process where solid state is converting into our liquid state. So here ice cubes are converted into our water. But what is that melting point, you will understand it. So children, when you will supply heat continuously, you will observe that even though heat is supplied, temperature rises till 0 degree centigrade, and when it starts melting, there is no change in temperature. It remains at 0 degree centigrade until all ice is melted. This is the melting point, children. This 0 degree centigrade is the melting point of your pure ice or water. So you can see here that temperature remains constant up to when that whole solid part is converted into our liquid part. This temperature is known as our melting point. On further heating, the temperature of water rises till 100 degrees centigrade. You will provide heat continuously. Then that water is started boiling and water vapor comes from it. Here the water is converted into our water vapor or liquid state is converting into our gaseous state. This temperature is known as our boiling point. At 100 degrees centigrade, water starts to boil. It remains at 100 degrees centigrade until all the water is evaporated. Hence, children, 0 degree centigrade is the melting point of water and your 100 degree centigrade is the boiling point of water. This is the case for our water, where ice cubes is solid part, water is liquid part, and water vapors are our gaseous part. But children, this temperature will not same for other liquids or solids because their nature of materials are different from each other. So children, this is the demonstration for the process of melting and boiling. In your exercise questions, question number 4, first question is given, describe an activity to demonstrate melting. So children, here you can write from here. You do this diagram with pencil in your notebook when you will get. Then up to melting process you write here. That is your activity to demonstrate melting means up to ice cubes converting into our water at 0 degree centigrade. Then children, question number 2 is given, describe an activity to demonstrate boiling. Here what will you do? You will write the same process, then you add the things where water is converted into our gas at 100 degree centigrade. This 100 degree centigrade is our boiling point. Okay children, hope you all of you have understood. You read it, try to understand and write in your own words. And the main important thing is you have to remember what is melting point and what is boiling point. This is very easy experiment. You can do at your home and you write in your notebook. So question number 3 is given, describe an activity to show the process of condensation. It is also a very easy one. You know condensation is the process where gas is converted into our liquid. Isn't children? So children see here what is happening. Here heat is removed from the object. For that reason gaseous state is converted into our liquid state. A simple example you can take here to do this activity. Take one beaker, put some ice cubes inside it. After some time what will you observe? You will see water droplets are surrounding around the beaker. From where these water droplets came? This is your condensation process where the surrounding air which is in your gaseous state will convert it into your liquid state and attached around the beaker. This is very easy one. You can write it by your own words because you have already learned this process in your 6th class chemistry and your GSE also. Or in your book one activity also given. You read from there and you can write in your own words. Okay children, hope you all of you have understood. So condensation process you can write by taking a simple example as I have already told you. Again I am telling, if you have any doubt please listen. You take one beaker, put some ice cube inside it. Okay, keep it for 10 to 15 minutes. After some time we will observe water droplets are surrounded around it. From where these water droplets came? Here surrounded air which is in gaseous state is converted into liquid state because heat is removed from that air as ice is cool. As the surrounded air which is in gaseous state come in contact with your ice cubes, they removed heat from there and they are converting into your liquid state and they are attached around the beaker. This is our condensation process where gaseous state is converting into our liquid state. Then children, differentiate between given among your solid, liquid and gas in terms of arrangement of molecules. You can write the molecules of solid are very closely packed or very tightly packed, liquids are loosely packed and gases are very loosely packed. This is also given in your book. You can write by your own words. Again, another difference between solid, liquid and gas in terms of motion of the molecules. This thing you all of you know, isn't it? Here, our molecules of solid possess very less energy. For that reason, they are rest in position at one place. They can vibrate to and from motion at the one position. Liquid molecules can flow. They have greater kinetic energy than your solid molecules. They can move. But your gaseous molecules have greater energy than solid and liquid molecules, so they can move anywhere else. Okay, they don't have definite shape or definite volume, they can move anywhere else. So the motion of molecules are more in cases of gas than your liquid than in a solid. And last difference is given, that is the difference between elements and compound. This is very easy one from chemistry you have learned. You can write by your own words. You write the definition of elements, you write the definition of compounds for one point, then you write some examples regarding it. Okay children, what is our element? A substance made up of only one kind of atoms are called element. What is our compounds? Atoms of different elements combine chemically in fixed ratio to form the compounds. This thing all of you know. Okay. So can you give me an example of element? Your hydrogen, that is H2. Here only two atoms are, same types of atoms are there. Whereas one example of compound is your water, H2O, where two hydrogen molecules and one oxygen molecules chemically gathered together. Okay children, this is your lesson 1. Question answers also completed. Easy lesson. Try to understand it. Try to remember the answers. No need to by heart. If you will understand properly, you can write it easily. Okay children, thank you.